Hello everyone, I am Priyanka Musondar, Assistant Professor IT Department. In my previous video, we discussed about basic concept of database, and in this video, we discuss database architecture and data model one by one. Now, first one is database architecture. Now, database architecture design depends upon its architecture, okay? And the basic client-server architecture is used to deal with a large number of PCs, web server, database server, and other components that are connected with the network. Also, the basic client-server architecture is used to consist of many PCs and workstations which are connected via the network. And DBMS architecture depends upon how users are connected to the database to get their request. Okay, it depends upon how the user connected to the database and get their request. And there are following types of database architecture. First one is one tier architecture, two tier architecture, and three tier architecture. Now, database architecture can be seen as a single tier or multi-tier, but logically, database architecture is of two types. First one is two tier architecture and second one is three tier architecture. Now, what happened in first tier architecture? In this architecture, the database is directly available to the user. It means the user can directly sit on the database and use it. Okay? And any changes done will directly on the database itself. It doesn't provide tools for the end user. Okay? And the first tier database architecture is used for development of local application where programmers can directly communicate with the database for quick response. Got it? What is the use of first tier architecture? Basically, the two tier architecture and three tier architecture mostly used in database. Now, the next one is two tier architecture. In two tier architecture is the same as basic client server architecture, and application on the client end can be directly communicate with database at the server side. Okay, for this application API like JDBC, ODBC are used. Okay, the user interface and application programs are run on the client side. User interface and application program run on client side, and the server side is responsible to provide the functionalities like query processing and transaction management. Server side provide the responsibility, query processing and transaction management, and user interface and application program run on client side. And two-tier architecture communicate with the database client-side application that establish a connection with server side. This is the diagram of the two-tier architecture. Now the next type of architecture is three-tier architecture. What happens in three-tier architecture? The three-tier architecture contains another layer between the client and server, and in this architecture, client can directly communicate with the server, and the application on the client end interact with application server which communicate with the database system directly. And also end user has no idea about the existing of the database beyond the application server, and the database also has no idea about any other user beyond the application. And three-tier architecture is used in case of large web application. Where to use three-tier architecture? In case of large web application development. These are basic architecture of database. First one is first tier architecture, second one is second tier architecture, and third one is third tier architecture. Now the next architecture is three scheme architecture. What will happen in three scheme architecture? The three scheme architecture is also called as three level architecture, and This three-scheme architecture framework is used to describe the structure of a specific database system. It is used to describe structure of specific database system. And three-scheme architecture is also used to separate the user applications and physical database. User application and physical database, that is to be separate. And three-scheme architecture contains three levels. It breaks the database down into three different categories. Which three different categories? First one is internal scheme, second one is conceptual scheme, and third one is external scheme. So what happened in this figure? Mapping is used to transfer the request and response between various database level of architecture. Okay, and mapping is not good for all database. Why it is not good? Because it takes more time. And in external and conceptual mapping, it is necessary to transfer the request from external level to the conceptual level. External level to the conceptual level. Mapping is necessary. And in conceptual level and internal mapping, DBMS transfer the request from the conceptual level to internal level. Okay. So first we discuss internal level. In the internal level has internal scheme which describe the physical storage of the database. It is used to describe physical level, physical structure of the database. And the internal scheme is also called as physical scheme. Internal scheme is also called as physical scheme. It uses a physical data model. It uses a physical data model and it is used to define that how the data will be stored in a block. It is used to define how data stored in the block. The physical level is used to describe complex low-level data structure. It is used to describe complex low-level data structure. Now next one is conceptual scheme. The conceptual scheme describes the design of database at the conceptual level, and conceptual level is also known as logical level. Internal scheme is also known as physical level and conceptual scheme is also known as logical level. The conceptual scheme describes the structure of whole database. In that, what data are to be stored in the database and also describe what relationship exists among those data. Okay, and internal details such as implementation of the data structure are hidden. In a conceptual scheme, data store and it is implemented of the data structure is hidden, and programmer and data administration work at this level. Programmers and data administration work at this level. Okay, and third one is external level. At the external level, a database contains several schemes that sometimes called as subscheme. It's called as subscheme, and the subscheme is used to describe the different view of the database. Okay, and external scheme is also called as view scheme. Okay, it is also called as view scheme. Each view scheme describes the database part that a particular user group is interested and hides the remaining database from the user group. And this view scheme describes the end user interaction with the database. Got it? Three scheme architecture. There are three main parts. First one is internal scheme, conceptual scheme and external scheme. Now we discuss what is data model. Data model is a modeling of data description, data semantic, data consistency constraint of the data. And data model provides the conceptual tools for describing and design of a database at each level of data abstraction. Therefore, there are following four data models used for understanding the structure of database. First one is relational data model, second one is semi-structured data model, third one is entity relationship data model, and fourth one is object-based data model. Now we will discuss one by one. First one is relational data model. This type of model designs the data in the form of rows and columns within a table. It means that relational model use table for representing data and in between relationship. And tables are also called as relation. The relational data model is widely used model in which by commercial data application processing. Where to use commercial data processing application. Now next one is entity relationship data model. In ER model is the logical representation of data as object and relationship among them. Okay, object and relationship among them, and these objects are also known as entities and relationship in an association among these entities, and it is widely used in database beginning. Where to use entity relationship model? In database beginning. And a set of attributes describe the entities. For example, student name, student ID describe the student entity. A set of the same type of entities is known as entity set. What is entity set? And the set of the same type of relationship is known as relationship set. Okay. Now third point is object-based data model. Object-based data models support a rich type of scheme that include structure and collection type. It is include structure and collection type because the objects are nothing but the data carrying its properties. Okay. Now fourth one is semi-structured data model. In semi-structured data model, it is a type of data model in different from of other three data models. Okay. The semi-structured data model allow the data specification at place where the individual data items of the same type may have different attribute set. Okay, may have different attribute set. And the extensive markup language, also known as XML, is widely used for representing the semi-structured data. Which language is used? XML language is widely used for representing the semi-structured data, and XML was initially designed for including the markup information to the text document, and it gained importance because of its application in the exchange of data. These all are the importance model in database. In this video, we discuss what is database architecture, types of database architecture, also three-scheme database architecture and its type, and data model. If any doubts regarding this topic, mention in comment section. Thank you so much. Keep practicing.